Welcome back, everybody, to ARC PDX. We're keeping our finger on the pulse of Portland, and this morning we're learning more about the public art that is all across the Rose City. So joining us this morning is Eric Fredericksen, Public Art Administrator for the Office of Arts and Culture. Thank you so much for joining us, Eric.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so the City of Portland's public art collection includes more than 1,700 artworks. Tell us about this collection.
Well, the city's collection has been built over the last 30 years, and it can be seen all across Portland. You can see it in the parks, in plazas, in our civic buildings, along the street. And it ranges really widely from large-scale sculptures that you might associate with public art to paintings and photographs. And I got to join the Arts and Culture team here in June as Portland's first ever public art administrator. So my job is to manage this incredible collection and guide the Percent for Art program for new commissioning. So trying to ensure that Portland's public art reflects the city's communities, brings new life and ideas to public spaces, and strengthens the city's cultural vitality.
Very cool. And I love that there is a job like that. And you're so lucky that you get to do it. How cool. So this collection is slated to get some new additions, right? What can you tell us about some new public art that's installed at Mill Park?
Well, our colleagues at Portland's Park and Rec have been making major improvements there, including a new playground, a splash pad, community garden, and as part of that, a major new work of public art. So local artist Alex Chiu was chosen for that commission, and he's made a work called Faces of the Future, Hopes and Dreams Through a Parent's Eyes. To make the work, he interviewed families of 6 elementary students at Mill Park Elementary and explored their families' histories, their aspirations for the future, and then painted portraits of the students as the basis for what became a freestanding artwork in the park. So if you go there, you'll see the paintings reproduced on a series of aluminum panels. So they're mounted in diagonals, kind of like a lenticular picture. So the image changes as you move along the piece. And then on the site, there's a QR code where you can access interviews with the families and hear kind of the basis for the whole thing.
Wow, that is so cool. And it's so great to know that when people go there, like these are actually based on real kids who actually live here. And I would not have, assumed that just going to that park. Very cool. And then at the Portland building, your team is inviting people to celebrate the recent addition of some new public artwork from some local artists. What should we know about this?
Well, as long as I'm talking about events, I should mention that Mill Park is actually opening with a celebration today from 3 to 6 p.m. Oh. So if you want to go check out the new splash pad, the new art, all that, there'll be snacks and all that. But we have another event coming up at the Portland building in our newly named City Gallery, which is on the 2nd floor. We're celebrating an exhibition of 21 new works on paper by 11 artists. They were recently acquired for the city's Visual Chronicle of Portland, which is a collection that's been built since 1985. The city, working with the Regional Arts and Culture Council, has acquired artist views of the city's landscapes, social landscapes, urban landscapes. So it's kind of like 40 years of urban time capsules by artists. Cool. So it's always been installed throughout the city, but we had the thought that it would be interesting to share it with the public in a focused way. So we worked with RAC to create an installation of the new works in the City Gallery. And we'll have an event next Thursday, October 2nd, 3 p.m. with the artists, with members of the Arts and Culture team, and we hope with members of the public up on the 2nd floor of the Portland building. But the exhibition will be up. It's a publicly open space, so people can drop by and see it anytime. They're downtown.
So cool. Really quickly, too, your office manages the Portland Monuments Project. I know there are a couple of monuments-related events that are coming up with Oregon Black Pioneers and the Portland Parks Foundation. Tell us about these.
Definitely. So Portland Monuments Project is a multi-year initiative looking at several monuments that were damaged, toppled, or removed following demonstrations in 2020 and 21. And it's an ongoing public conversation about reimagining the purpose and the future of monuments in Portland. We've been working with dozens of partners in this work. And so there's a slate of fall events that the project partner organizations are putting on. First, Portland Parks Foundation. They have a series called Green Dreams. And in a few days, on September 27, they're hosting a field day style program exploring how memory is made. And that's at Peninsula Park. Later this month, they're going to host a panel discussion on one of everybody's favorite pieces, the city's Thompson Elk Fountain, talking about what it means to Portlanders.
That'll
and
be popular.
that information on all, yeah, I hope so. So information on both those events is at portlandpf.org. And then secondly, as you mentioned, our partners at Oregon Black Pioneers are hosting York Fest again. It's various locations around town between October 17 and 25. That's a celebration of York, the explorer who participated in the Lewis and Clark expedition, and thinking about and talking about his place in Oregon's exploration story. Information on all of that is at yorkfest.com.
Really interesting. I want to go see all of those. Eric Fredericksen, thank you so much. Public Art Administrator for Portland's Office of Arts and Culture. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Wesleigh.
Of course. And we create a lot of valuable content